coming up on Lifestyle.
I've been in the Fantastics twice.
Have you really?
Yeah, I played Matt, the boy.
Yeah?
That was a few years ago.
You're on it. You tell people, I'm on it. People watch it. What's the experience?
Really? Really? I didn't see that. I was building a lot of scenery and doing a lot of temp jobs, and I wasn't making it. I didn't think I could really accomplish much of anything at all.
Welcome to Lifestyle, the award-winning life coaching show that helps you live your best life possible. Here's your host, Roy Ice.
Have you ever had a moment that made you stop and ask, wait, could I actually be the one who wins? Today's guest went from being bullied as a kid to building a career that's lasted over 5 decades in film, television, and commercials. Along the way, he discovered that the real secret to success isn't about chasing fame. It's about showing up with heart, humor, and the quiet confidence of someone who knows they belong. Please help me welcome actor and storyteller, Alden Hap Lawrence. So
Great
good
to
to
see
see
you,
you.
Roy.
Have a seat right here.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Oh my goodness.
they love you.
What a shock.
Yes.
What a shock. I never have an audience where I work.
Yes, because you typically, you're doing feature films, you're doing commercials, you're doing work that you can do several times. We're going to do this live, you and I talking. They'll edit out all the craziness. But,
okay.
But yeah, to have an audience,
Oh, wow.
immediate feedback.
Truly, truly. And I have done some theater over the years, and I love doing theater because I love the immediate response, and
Absolutely.
and that's just so wonderful. But I don't want to rehearse for weeks anymore. I want to be with my wife, because and so I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
There is a production of the Fantastics that's coming up though, and I've been in the Fantastics twice.
Have you really?
Yeah, I played Matt, the boy.
Yeah.
That was a few years ago. And now they're looking for Henry, the old actor, But anyway, I won't do it. Brig, I won't do it, I promise.
Brig is your wife,
Brig is my
and she's
wife,
here
yes.
in the audience.
And she is, yes.
She's so supportive.
Yes.
It's so fun how you've approached life. And when my producers told me about your story, I was like, I got to talk to Hap.
Oh, geez.
First of all, Hap is your nickname. What's Hap stand for?
It stands for hot apple pie. and over the years, also have another piece. But I tell you, that's and I have to. This is a confession, and it might not be too nice. I don't know. In commercial auditioning, you audition once, whether it's from home on your home video or whether you actually go to the studio, and then maybe you get a callback. Well, you get a callback, and at the callback, that's when the committee is there. The account representatives and all those people, and you maybe get an opportunity to say hot apple pie and have another piece, and guess what? You have a better shot at the commercial.
Absolutely.
This is really not very nice, maybe.
It's not. But in this industry, having a winning attitude is what helps you continue having callbacks, having more opportunities, because so many people are so concerned and so worried about this huge, grandiose goal that they're reaching for that they can't just enjoy having a winning attitude regardless of where you are. You've done some amazing things in your life. I think one of the coolest things and part of your story is you got to be part of a very iconic picture called Oppenheimer. Anybody seen Oppenheimer? Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, right here, ladies and gentlemen, Lyndon B. Johnson. Yes. But something interesting happened. Yes. Something interesting happened in the production. Tell us your experience with Oppenheimer.
Well, I want to tell you that going into the role, I did my best to sound like Lyndon, and although there were no lines of mine in the film for the sake of realism and letting the extras think that I was a little bit more like. I'll stop doing that now.
No, it's good. Method. We call that method acting.
I bestowed the Enrico Fermi Award on Cillian Murphy, and I want to tell you, working with him was just shockingly wonderful. He and Christopher Nolan and well, all of them, they're such incredible professionals. I've worked on many sets of features and TV. I can't remember where there was such an incredible commitment, and it was really an amazing experience. I tend to fool around, as you may have noticed.
Yeah.
And you maybe don't fool around so much on Christopher Nolan's set.
Almost sounds like there's a bit of reverence on this set.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's very much right. Yes.
Yeah. When my producers told me about your story and all the things that you've gotten to do, I was like, I've got to have Hap on the show, because I work with so many people here in Southern California who, have incredible dreams. They've had some success. They want more and more and more. And there's a challenge with individuals who view having a winning attitude is, I have to win I have to be the top lead actor or actress on the feature. And yet you've had a career of not being the lead man. And look at you, you're content, you're
Not by
happy.
choice.
Yeah.
Not by choice.
But you found joy and contentment, and we have to help people understand. We have to celebrate these unique moments that come into our lives, these times that you can celebrate. I've been able to be in some features, and people are like, you were in that? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I never saw you. I was like, yeah, I had a stormtrooper helmet on. But I was ecstatic. I'd always wanted to be in a Star Wars feature. And that's what I love about your story, is celebrating these successes of doing these unique things, these joyous things. And you've done a lot. We got to take a break right now. But when we come back, you're going to hear what that a lot really is. And we're back with Hap Lawrence. And we were just talking about being these side characters. What has your experience been like in being these supportive characters, different characters?
Well, exactly. It's supportive. We are the world that supports the conflict of the story, and we have to have the world there. The whole point of comedy or drama or tragedy is conflict.
Yes.
You got somebody on this side who wants that, and you got somebody on this side and he wants that. And the two of them duke it out.
Yeah.
And so it's my job as one of those people to find out from the beginning of the story, what do I want from him? And we start this dialogue, and it's confrontations that would never happen in my life. I was in an acting class early on, and a young lady and I were doing a scene where we were young newlyweds, and we kind of got into it. We got really angry with each other, and she and I just screamed at each other. We were furious, and I picked up an apple and I threw it at the wall. It was just, I would never hurt anyone. And now Laura Rose, the teacher, said, okay, and cut. Well, the two of us, we just threw our arms around each other. We were so excited to have had the experience. And that's what Laura always said. I want you to have an experience, and that's why I'm an actor. Okay, I get a little excited.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Now, you've not only experienced these unique, wins in your life at getting roles as acting in whether it's a film, in a commercial, whatever, but you've actually won in some game shows.
Yeah.
The $25,000 pyramid, you actually won.
I did actually win. And I always say Joanne Flug won, and I was there.
That was your partner.
I got the money, yes.
Yes.
I got the money. And I hesitate to say we defeated a guest of yours. We defeated Captain Kirk of the Starship Enterprise.
That's right, William Shatner. You
We
took
did.
him down.
In fairness, he had not yet been Captain Kirk of the Starship Enterprise.
Oh, really? It was
by that
before
time.
then.
Yes, I'm very old. Yes. I never really told anybody, but I was bullied for a long time, from the time I was in the 3rd grade, I guess, all the way up to about the 10th grade. There was a notorious class in my school, and I won't go into it much, but there were about 4 or 5 young men who really ruled the roost. It's stupid to let that happen.
Yeah.
Nobody should let that happen. I don't know the ins and outs of the psychology,
Yeah.
but it was a problem. And the thing is that until a certain point in my life, I was very affected by that. I didn't think I could really accomplish much of anything at all. And at the time I won the pyramid, I was in New York, and I discovered that I wasn't prepared to be a New York actor, that I had spent my life, thanks to my father, I had spent my life becoming a teacher. I learned everything I could in theater so that I could teach theater in a university, and I did. This is too long a story, but when I arrived in New York, after I finally decided I was old enough to make my own decisions, there I was. No professional acting training, no professional voice training, and certainly no dance training. And I was building a lot of scenery and doing a lot of temp jobs, and I wasn't making it. And that's where I was when a guy on the street said, "Here's a ticket, you can go audition." I was very down. I didn't feel like I would ever win anything. And how stupid could you be to go to New York totally unprepared? And then I won the money. And then I won 6 commercials. The next 6 commercials I auditioned, I won. And I didn't know why, but it had a lot to do with confidence.
Really?
And wow.
So just winning the $25,000 pyramid, do you feel like that shifted something in your mindset to get you the additional commercial work?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm standing there on a set. There was almost the same amount of lights, you know. I'm standing there on a set, and I have just won $25,000. Now, that isn't necessarily a lot, but when you aren't sure about rent for next month,
Well,
that's pretty good money.
and before Captain Kirk was Captain Kirk, that was a lot of money.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's quite right. That's quite right. So as a result of that win and some more wins, and I'll tell you a quick story. I shot a commercial up in Jackson Hole,
Yeah.
and we were shooting for Arctic Cat, and we had a great time. Everybody was fooling around on set. We were outdoors in the snow, and everybody was fooling around, the director and the other actors. We had a great time. I went back home, and I thought about it. I said, if that's the way people conduct themselves on commercial sets, then maybe I could conduct myself that way at auditions, and I would look more like I belonged. Now, whether or not that was absolutely true, I don't know. But I made a decision that from then on, I didn't want to be a laugh-a-minute person and obnoxious. But I figured if something strikes me funny at the audition, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
And I did. And so
The rest is history.
the rest,
It's
yeah.
awesome.
So I hope that I'm not overbearing ever.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot more fun, and I think I probably have won more. And that's how I can get away with hot apple pie and have another piece. You know?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Well,
Awesome. We've got to take a break.
okay.
But we'll be right back with more of Hap right after this. And we're back with Hap Lawrence. Now, Hap, you were just telling us about when you won the $25,000 pyramid. What life lessons do you think that taught you?
Oh, well, that's the exciting part. And I want to tell the studio audience that there's a check under each of your chairs.
Yes. So you're a winner, and you, sir, are a winner.
Just so you see what it's like. No, the money was great. As it happened, my sister and her husband were in dire straits at the time, and I gave them a good third of the money.
Really?
Later, we took care of that later. but that was really nice to be able to do that. But and ultimately, I moved to LA from New York, and so having that money was really helpful. But I really think, and I really didn't know it at the time, just the idea that you could be a winner, and every time you win something, you have one more thing that you can say, well, of course I can do this. Of course I can do this. I stood over there, and I've never been on a talk show before.
Really?
And I was just a little nervous. And you know, Roy Scheider said in All That Jazz, it's showtime.
Yep.
And man, oh man, is that fun. And you can do that in your life, because I do that in my life.
Yeah.
I don't just audition all the time, but I audition a lot, and every time I don't have to say it's showtime, but you gotta push. And times when I've been on a set and I've had to hit a mark and it was going to be hard, I've been in a couple of spots where I rode horseback. We were out on the Rockefeller estate in Sleepy Hollow, and I was Ichabod Crane on a horse, and the headless horseman chased me across a meadow. I mean, we were hell-bent for leather.
Yeah.
And it was scary. It was really scary. But I would just say, you've done this before. You can do this. And boom. So I don't know how to impart that to everyone.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just can do it.
Yeah.
What was that, Nike in 1988? They're
Just do it.
just do it.
Absolutely.
Just do
And I
it.
think that's one of the important things, Hap, is, you know, what your life experience has shown you is before you had this optimistic view of I'm a winner, we always look so far ahead as to what is winning and what is losing, to where it seems like just light years away to get to the winning. And what your experience shows, and what I love about your life, is what you've shown is that if you start positioning your mind to say, I'm a winner, and even though I won this, which, yeah, this is life-changing, even though some people would say $25,000 wouldn't change their life, it was life-changing for you, because then it opened up, I'm a winner. I won. And then I won this audition. I won this commercial. I bet you I can win even more. It does open up your mind to say, if I don't celebrate these incremental things that to some people may not be impressive at all, but if I don't open myself up into this incremental success, I'll never hit these huge dreams that I have.
And I want to say, upon discovering that this was important in my life,
Yeah.
I did some research to find out just what's going on here.
Yeah.
My wife Brig and I walk almost every day now. You know, when you get to a certain age, you walk a lot more. So we walk, and we encounter people all the time coming the other way.
Yeah.
And it's almost as powerful as winning $25,000.
How's that?
To simply look at the person coming, smile, and say, good morning. And they didn't expect it. Nobody these days expects you to say good morning. And they look at you and they smile and they say, good morning.
Yeah.
And you know what that does for me is it validates me and it validates them.
Yes.
And I think that it is critical to us all that we develop our own self-confidence,
Yes.
because we can then allow others to. When you feel self-confident, you don't suspect anybody of anything, or you do suspect them, but you have a sense that you could take care of yourself if there were a problem. So you don't. I think we're very divided these days.
Yeah.
And this is a topic for a whole other show or several shows.
I got to have you back.
Well, I'm not the expert, but we have these devices,
Yeah.
and there's a lot on these devices that is very divisive.
Yeah. Wow.
And we've got to find a way to not be so divisive. And the way to that, one good way to that, is if we could all only feel more self-confident and more, therefore, open to others. We have better collaboration, better families, better, I don't know.
I think better everything. Hap, I think those are incredibly powerful words for us to close on. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Hap Lawrence. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For your time.
Oh, Roy, that was great fun.
Don't go away. When we come back, I've got some words of encouragement for you too. Picture a single raindrop falling into a still pond. It's not a storm, it's not a flood, but it makes ripples that reach the edges. That's how small opportunities work. They may not seem impressive to the world, but they touch the edges of your life in powerful, lasting ways. We're often taught to chase only the big, loud, dazzling moments, but real growth, real fulfillment, it often shows up in quieter ways, in saying yes to helping one person, in creating something with care even if no one claps, in showing up consistently when no one's watching. Don't underestimate these moments. Every small opportunity is an invitation to grow, to give, to become more of who you are meant to be. Find the joy in them, treasure them, because it's not about how grand the stage is, it's about how fully you show up to it. The small doors you walk through today may open up the biggest parts of your life tomorrow. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. Such a bunch of people want to meet you.
Don't forget that you can find exclusive content on all of our guests. Check us out on social media using the handle Lifestyle with Roy.